So you guys see the title. I put Studstitute, child. So Studstitute fired on the first day of teaching, plus Bonnie crew still crash out over EBT plus more. So we're going to get into it. Y'all know how I do. I'm going to give my 2 cents. Make sure you chime in the chat. Make sure you're giving your thoughts. I want to hear your perspective as well. What's going on, Jay Tillman? How are you? DMS 1818, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you also. We're gonna go ahead and hop right in. Make sure as you come into the building, you hit the like button. Please hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. All right. So we're gonna hop right into this first clip that I have for you guys. And I'm gonna just go ahead and stop talking and we're gonna jump right into it. Make sure you let me know what you think in the chat. Here we go.
We got a new hustle unlocked. I'm a school teacher now. Little breakfast. Let's get the day rolling. Who would have ever thought? This man. Today was really a breeze. My kids ain't have to do too much, man. I really, to be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher.
It was something.
Damn, so sheesh. Man, I gotta get up out these school kids trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of them. Appreciate it. You know, my little free time, I had to go out there and give me some little content. Little feed check. Really just a chill fit today. Y'all know if it was up to me, I would have been rough around the head to toe. Y'all know I ain't lying. But they did have a pep ride and kind of click. And that was the tip of the day. As you guys may know, I am the substitute that was recently fired from teaching because of my TikTok. It's honestly so sad how sick the world is that you guys automatically mischaracterize me fully without further context. I'm a content creator. I record everything I do, so it was typical for me. And as you guys know, if you create content, you will know that everything you see is not what you get. Majority of the content that you do see was recorded while I was alone. It looked as if I had a class, but I did not have a class, and the school knows that. I did not have a class. I had nothing but free time. Aside from the body cam that was already recording, everything else was recorded when I was alone. And as I explained to Lake Cormont when I first arrived, this was my very first time subbing ever. I had absolutely no idea that I couldn't record students, or else I definitely wouldn't have done it. I truly would have honestly recorded myself if I knew it was an issue with recording students. I went on TikTok before I worked, and that's what I seen. I am by far no predator or anything close to it. That is insane for it even to be put onto me. I truly just thought I was doing something good for the youth. Like, honestly, and I was enjoying it. I wasn't going to make a video, but I've been receiving an awful amount of hate. I feel like it was necessary for me to clear my name up. I truly do apologize for how it may seem, but my slang and terminology is much different than yours. But none of the kids knew they were being recorded at any point. And I do apologize for this once again, I truly do, but I had no idea this was prohibited. I assure you that it would have not been posted. What I meant by shorty and the terminology, the kids were going to take me down were absolutely not what you guys took them as. Those kids were smaller than me, shorter than me, younger than me. They are shorties, they are young. That absolutely means nothing with flirting. My terminology is much different from you guys. So I said the kids were going to take me down, as in a phrase of the kids all together. That absolutely did not mean anything sexual. That is sick to even think of that. I am a content creator. I am known. The kids knew me. They were supporters of mine. So I say the kids were going to take me down. It means as the same way that supporters do anybody else that they support. I'm no different from them. I handle myself more than properly. I do have a fan base. I do have supporters. I do have people that know me. Those kids already had knew me previously. But it was several kids coming up to me trying to see, am I that person? That's what I meant by take me down. All hassling me at once is what I meant. Absolutely didn't mean anything sexual from kids. That is
well, you know, and you know what? I think this stud was, I don't know, something in me says this particular stud may not have meant any harm, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm thinking maybe this stud did not really mean any harm, but this, you gotta know as an adult, when you go into a situation with minors, you have to ask questions. First off, ask questions, and you have to think a little bit differently. I don't think the stud meant any harm. I think the way she talks, you know, I think there is something to that. But I'm just saying, this is why you have to be mindful when anytime you're working with minors, you need to understand you have to approach things differently. You can't go in it speaking the way you normally would speak, because everybody is like she said, everybody is not familiar with your slang or the way you communicate. And when you're going into, and anytime you're going into a professional field, you got to understand that you got a code switch, right? That's what they do, right? Code switch. You got to switch it up. You got to know that when you're going into a professional environment, that you can't speak to those and speak in a way that you would speak with your homies, or how you would speak with your gangster friends or your stud friends. You got to speak in a professional way, and you got to understand that you can't do certain things when certain things are prohibited as it relates to minors. So that's something you should already know. And if you wasn't aware of that, you should have asked questions. I don't know if the people even mention it, but I mean, you can't film. Most people know you shouldn't be filming minors at a school. You can't film other people's kids and record it and then put it up. You know what I'm saying? And then the things that you say can be misconstrued. Like people are not going to understand what you're saying coming from the way you speak. You got to understand that may be taken in a wrong way. And that's exactly what happened. And so the Studstitute lost her job. She lost her job because of it. So maybe that's a learning lesson to her, that you can't go into those environments just doing certain things. You got to be aware of that kind of stuff. You can't take your hood mentality or your stud mentality to the school. Let's continue.
Seek. Those are kids, so they see me as somebody famous. They were all entouraging me at one time. That's what I mean. I find it sick that you guys would assume that I'd be saying that phrase in any other way. This was a voiceover I added way after I left the school. Again, it was an additional voiceover. It was not recorded. On the videos, it was nothing saying I was cheering the school on. There was an additional voiceover that I added after I mashed the videos up. I am truly so sorry that you guys are not familiar with me or my terminology, but I absolutely meant no harm. The entire 2 days that I worked at Lake Cornwall, I did nothing but my job. I was to myself. Not one single kid that could say that I did or said anything inappropriate my time at Lake Cornwall those 2 days. It was truly just a misunderstanding. But now that I see with creating content, it's easy to misunderstand and misinterpret things, because everyone is free to their own opinions. That doesn't mean just automatically mischaracterize me. Like truly, like honestly, you guys, I would truly have to be an idiot to know that I'm doing something wrong that would lead to this much and still do it. I absolutely did not know. What I said in a voiceover was absolutely not meant how you guys took it. I just talk very differently. My slang is different. I do realize that those are students and I am an adult. I should have been way more professional with my word choicing. But again, kids had absolutely no clue there was an additional voiceover that I added on TikTok. I do realize the mistake I made, honestly and truthfully. I was just in a moment being myself. I wasn't thinking inappropriately at all. I'm still learning. I am aware of that, but I honestly truly didn't know, you guys. I just didn't. It's no way that I would have posted it. I wasn't thinking inappropriate. So when you say that I said something inappropriate, it wasn't in a way that you assumed it, because I wasn't even thinking that way from the jump. But I truly, sincerely to the bottom of my heart, I do apologize to all of the parents and students at Lake Cornwall. I actually loved you guys' school. I would have loved to work there. I know you guys have mischaracterized me, but I am a great person. I am a great person. Aside from the tattoos, I am an excellent person. I do apologize once again. I absolutely meant no harm. I absolutely did again. And I just want you guys to give me some grace. This is my first time subbing ever. You see, I'm a content creator. This is my first time subbing. I was trying something new, trying to give back to the kids, which I would have loved to do. I enjoyed myself the time I was there, but I'm fired.
I could be wrong, but I don't think she meant any harm. I think she was just trying to be her stud self. She's herself. She was studying it up and got caught in a moment and didn't realize, oh, this might not be prohibited, or this might come off the wrong way. These are kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move differently around kids as an adult. So you have to be mindful of the things that you say. You can't, play around with these children, because, anything could occur, and then it's going to be on you. And then the fact that you are a Studstitute, it might be looked at in a way with parents and with other people as well. And so you have to really be on your P's and Q's. You really have to be very mindful of your actions and what you do and how you interact with these kids, because one false move or one allegation and then you out of there anyway. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise for them to just get the stud on out there, out of the school, so it won't cause any further problems. You know what I'm saying? Because that, what she said, shorty, it's something, and you know, that definitely could have been looked at in the wrong way. And most parents are, you know, when you deal with, you know, when you go to these schools, these parents are very serious about their kids and who they have around the children and their behavior and all of that, as you should as a parent. You know, being a teacher, you have to be professional. I believe that a teacher should stay in a teacher's place, and the kids should be in the kids' place. It shouldn't be blurred lines between, oh, the teacher could be somewhat your friend or something like that. Nah, I don't think your teacher should be your friends. I think you could be a good teacher for the kids, but there should be that respect level there, and there should be boundaries between the students and the teachers. The students should know, hey, we don't cross that line with Mr. Patterson or Miss Patterson or whoever. Like, you know, because I remember growing up, it was like that. You know the teachers. Certain teachers don't put up with this. Certain teachers are this way. There's always this more friendly teacher. There's more teacher who kind of seem more like your friend, but there was still a line drawn. Like, okay, no, but you know you can't go too far because he or she don't allow it. You know what I mean? So you have to be very, very cautious of that when you're working with kids.